Hey guys, Carnivore Rex here, coming to you with another keto or carnivore recipe, and I'm going to show you both ways to do it. Once again, this is one of the recipes I used on my 200-pound weight loss journey last year, so let's get started. Today we're working on a carnivore or keto cheesecake, depending on which route you want to go and which diet you're adhering to. Two of the main things you're going to need today is a springform baking pan. We're going to need this for the cheesecake. The second thing we're only going to need if we're doing the keto version. If you're doing the carnivore version, you do not need this. It's a double melter. You will not need that on the carnivore version. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the crust. And that's the biggest difference in the keto and carnivore version. If you are doing the carnivore version, all you need for the crust is pork rinds and butter. Now, I get it. That sounds strange. Pork rinds underneath a cheesecake. Well, let me explain it to you. These pork rinds, they don't have a flavor. So we're going to crush them up into a powder, mix them with butter, and it's just going to be a buttery crust. If we're going the keto version, what we need is almonds and some Lily's chocolates. Lily's, I find, is the best brand for keep people in keto. You can check it out later. Go to their website, check them out. They're very good, clean keto foods. So for the keto version crush, we're going to take the almonds, we're going to put them in the magic bullet, and we're going to grind them up real quick. And you can either use white or dark Lily's chocolate, but you're not going to grind that up. You're just grinding up the almond into like a powder. Now we got the sliced almonds in the magic bullet. I'm about to put them on, grind them up. So decide to cut the camera back on, make y'all hear the horrible noise for a second. This is why, because there's a special technique to it. So as you see, when I push down on it, I'm going to kind of rotate it with my wrist. That way all the slices move in there. Let me show you real quick. So I didn't want y'all to miss that in case y'all are trying to do it yourself and wondering, why can't I crush up all these slices? So there you go. So as you see, I got a good almond dust right there. So now it's time for the double baller for the melting the chocolate. So you're gonna take this piece, you're gonna put water in there. You're gonna leave this piece empty. We're gonna fill this up with water. Once this is filled up with water, we're gonna put it right here. Let the water start getting hot, start boiling. We're gonna fill it up about this much. We're gonna take this, we're gonna add some butter and the chocolate chips to it. And this will help it from burning or getting too hard. We'll go ahead and throw that on there. We got our butter. I'm gonna go with the white chocolate because it's a little bit cleaner of a taste than the cheesecake, in my opinion. Unless you're making a chocolatey cheesecake, then go with the milk chocolate. You're gonna do two things while you're waiting for that water to start boiling. You're gonna take your springform pan. You can go ahead and spray some olive oil down there. Second thing you're gonna do is get your mixing bowl ready. And you're gonna have your almond crush that you just made on the magic bullet in there waiting. Because once this chocolate melts, you're gonna have to do it quick. You don't want it to start hardening up again. So I got my mixing bowl and I got my almond powder. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in the mixing bowl to prepare. There you go. I'm gonna cut about a half a stick of this butter. Go ahead and throw it into my double baller. Have my Lily's white chocolate open and ready. As you see, the butter is melting in that double baller. We're gonna go ahead and add some of that Lily's white. About a half a bag. And we're gonna start stirring it. You don't want to stop stirring it. You don't want it to harden or burn. See how good it melts in these double ballers? I mean, it's amazing. Look at that consistency. Y'all see that? Perfect. Now, we're going to dump that into the almonds, just like that. And we're going to mix it. We're going to mix it. Once you're done mixing it, it's going to look like this. You're going to dump it, and you're going to want to press it out pretty quick. You don't want to wait for that chocolate to start hardening up again. Just like if it was a graham cracker crust. Any of you have made a graham cracker crust before, you're pretty much doing the same thing. See? So now what you're going to need to do is turn your oven on 350. Let it preheat. While it's preheating, you're going to need some aluminum foil. And this is very important you do it before you bake the crust, because you want to take the foil off. Make you two good little strips. Put them pretty tight like that. Now you want to take your spring forming pan and you want to do that. Now the reason we're doing this is because later we're going to have to water bathe this cheesecake. And we want to make sure water doesn't seep through the little cracks at the bottom of the spring form pan. So there you go. Now you're protecting that little seam at the bottom from water leaking in. Once your oven hits 350 preheat, you're going to place the crust in there just until it goldens up. It's about 5 minutes, 10 at the most. Don't burn the crust. Okay, guys, so you're going to need 32 ounces of cream cheese. Now, remember, this cream cheese, it is very important that it's room temperature, not hard anymore. It's soft. You're going to need 4 large eggs. You're going to need a splash of lemon juice. You're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extracts. I actually use baker extracts. It's got vanilla and it's got a hint of chocolate. It's really good in there. You're going to need just 1/8 teaspoon of salt. So you're going to take your softened cream cheese and you're going to squeeze it into your mixing bowl. That's 4 of these little packs of it. You're going to add all your ingredients except for the eggs. Do not add the eggs yet. I repeat, do not add the eggs yet. You do that last. Just a little pinch of salt. That's it. Boom. You're going to add your vanilla or baker's extract. And your lemon juice. And once you got all that in there, you're going to use your beater. Remember, at this point, you have not added your eggs yet. That is vital to understand. Vital meaning necessary to life, but here we mean necessary to the life of this cheesecake. We're going to mix that up real good. Once again, I repeat, before the eggs, do not add the eggs yet. Now that we've added things, it's nice and whipped, everything's in there but the eggs. So here's the last and most important step for you to pay attention to. We are about to put the eggs in. When we add the eggs, we are going to fold them into the mix. We are not going to beat them. We're not going to mix them. We're not going to stir them real hard. We're just folding them in. You want them to fluff up in the oven, not crack, not dry. So add your eggs. Eggs in. I'm about to show you how to fold it in. Okay, guys, we're about to fold those eggs in. Remember, this is the most important part. You just want to break them. And you want to fold them in this batter. You do not want to stir them or mix them. Just fold them. Get all that off the side. Fold it in. Fold it in. You're going to want to get impatient and start mixing. Don't do that. Fold it. Fold it. See, pick it up, fold it back down. Pick it up, fold it down. That's it. That's what you want it to look like. You want to stop right there. Okay, so now we're taking the crust and the filling. Now we're going to dump the filling in the crust. Now, if you're doing the carnivore, you're going to be dumping it on the pork rind and butter crust. If you're doing the keto, you're going to be dumping it on the almond chocolate crust. Now, when you get it all in there, you're just gonna wanna make it settle and get some of those bubbles out. All right, now that all that's ready, you wanna take your big balling pan and you wanna put water in the bottom of it. This is where you're gonna set your cheesecake, in the middle so it bakes and it doesn't dry out. This is called a water bath, and it's vital to the cheesecake not drying out and cracking on you. If the cheesecake dries out and cracks on you, give it to a family member. Make you another one. Maybe don't give it to your favorite family member. We got the springform pan wrapped in the aluminum foil so it does not let the water in. We're putting it in the middle of the baking dish with the water in the bottom. You only want to do it about halfway because you don't want it to go over the top either. Now, you are very carefully about to take it and put it in your preheated oven. Water pan and all. Here we go. Ready? And that's it for now. We're going to let that bake. Before we're done here, we're going to clean up this mess. That way the husbands and the wives don't get mad at you. Can't be coming in their kitchen with all these new recipes, messing it up. Especially if they were the spouse that used to do all the cooking. Now you're in here messing up their kitchen, they're not going to let you cook no more. And you're not going to be able to lose weight. We're not going to get healthy together. Now that we got all that cleaned up, we're letting the cheesecake bake for 50 to 60 minutes. Remember, during that time, do not open the oven. It's going to let the moisture from the water bath out, and it's going to dry out. So leave it closed. Look through the glass if you have to look. Turn the light on. Don't open the oven. 50 to 60 minutes, and I'll be back to see you. All right, guys, we're back. Time to pull that cheesecake out the oven. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. Bam. All right, guys, you can top this cheesecake with anything you want. Berries, cream, whatever. Hey, guys, so I'm going to top mine with roasted walnuts and a little bit of Lily's chocolate melted. Go ahead and get that started real quick, and then we'll be wrapped up, ready to go. And there it is. Keto cheesecake. I'm telling you, look at that. Bam. Look at that. Now, remember, to make this carnivore, don't add the nuts, don't add the chocolate, don't add the stevia. Use the pork rind crushed up with butter crust. So whether you're doing keto or carnivore, here is a cheesecake you can enjoy to kill that sweet tooth without sacrificing your diet or your health. This is Carnivore Rex. See you next time. Like, subscribe, comment.